them, so we had to.
We brought our own lipsticks.
Wow, that is wild. Sir,
Self.
you need to leave.
Somebody find his social insurance number for me.
Yeah.
Bank account information.
We're going off topic, wrong topic. I'm like, thank you so much for having us back, y'all.
Hello, Otafest!
We are ANCC. We're so happy to see all of y'all, man. It is so happy to see all of y'all. It's been great to
especially you.
You know her?
Yeah. No, I've never met them before. What's your name? I kind of look like it's just a slot to win, so yeah. What's your name? Melissa. Give a round of applause for Melissa. Alexa's really bright. I could have been put in the aisle. I wouldn't even have known, to be honest with you.
Anyway, as you said, we are Anime Nightclub 3. That is Osa. This is OJ, and my name is Omo. You might know us for our beats. You might know us for our antics. You might know us for Legend of Pikachu.
Pika-pee.
Language.
Language. Listen. I don't make the rules. I'm just here.
Okay, I'm gonna take over from him. He's a younger brother that no one ever wants to speak. Thank you so much for working this here. This is our third year in a row. Listen, y'all keep bringing me back. Listen, I may just run for office, okay? For like it's getting to the point where like I think we're that good.
Office of what?
Office of the United States of America, my friends.
I know you're American, but we're in Canada.
Semantics, same thing. United States of Canada, it's all the same thing. Listen, we are so happy to have us all back. It's going to be a great year this time. We're really happy.
And thank you for the Otafest staff.
Yes, the
all
staff,
you guys.
Volunteers. Can we get around for the staff and volunteers? Y'all make this happen.
Sound people,
lighting, sound. Without y'all, it would be.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, it would. Wow, language, there's kids in the audience. Okay, but thank you so much. We're going to be having a great time. We're going to do some panels. What's our panel time?
We have a panel today at 3 at the arcade room.
True.
And then that's going to be a music mashup.
True.
So if you're trying to music mashup, you guys come through.
True.
And tomorrow we'll be outside playing music at 1 p.m.
Also true.
And then in the arcade room at 3 again.
Also true.
That one we will be doing anime moms.
Which I now realize is because it's Mother's Day. I thought everyone just really liked their moms, and I'm like, this is a great wholesome attitude.
This is why Mom doesn't love you.
No.
I can't forget Mother's Day.
I didn't say it. I'm just here. I'm just saying it.
Anyways, what's the rest of it?
Oh, right. You forgot what? Tonight.
Yes.
Tonight we dine.
That's the wrong fandom. Tonight we are doing a game party, and we're hoping to bring some nice things that we brought up from across Europe and other places, and we're gonna bring back and do here.
Yes, yeah, the playlist is gonna be crazy. We're taking a lot of requests from y'all. The playlist is gonna be absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to this year. It's gonna be super dope. It's gonna be really great. You know?
What's in the play? What are we playing? What are we doing? What's the playlist?
Music.
No, like okay, but like what genres maybe?
Oh.
Yeah, so someone knows what they're going into.
So it'll be something like. Okay, no, I'm joking. We're gonna be playing some anime, some hip hop, some house. We heard you guys like country here, so we're gonna throw some of that in there. Melissa was like,
no. Melissa said no. So
we got some throwback rock sets, and we're gonna go into some fandoms. Like anyone big fandoms of like Lord of the Rings, like Avatar, Star Wars, like, that kind of stuff.
Okay, he's just showing off. I can do that too. I would just like to say.
No, we don't have enough time for that. They're gonna keep us off stage. But listen, we're so happy to see y'all. We're gonna be here the whole week, and please come hang out with us. We're gonna be taking pictures with a lot of people, and
don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
We all community here, right? We all family here, right?
Other than that, yeah, enjoy apple pie.
See y'all around.
Direct directly from the paper.
You never need to be off book. Voice actors never need to get rid of the paper.
We just have to read.
You just put it somewhere, and you might get off book for the line, but then you're just like, okay, where are we next? And it's lovely. It's very freeing.
It depends on how you work as a human. Some people like to read through the whole story, read their lines, practice like getting into the voice, like saying the line to where they feel comfortable with it. Some people, like me, like to go in and not do too much beforehand because then it's over-processed, then I'm overthinking. So if you're an overthinker, going in a little bit more cold and then just kind of going with the flow in the moment is a little bit better because I have a bit more of an authentic reaction. And then some people like to read the whole thing beforehand and really have the story down. Just depends. But no, you don't have to.
A lot of times they won't even let you see the script until day one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are really secretive, so that's part of it, is that you don't pretend that you're going to be able to prepare the way you would hope. You go with the flow and you trust your instincts and you stay playful, because that gets you out of 9 out of 10 problems. And everyone wants you to succeed. The director and the engineer, the client, they'll all help you if there's an insurmountable problem in the moment.
Okay. And so then do they just tell you how you're going to be, like what your persona is going to be at the time of your performance, or?
We tell them what the persona is going to be because that's where they cast us.
Okay, that's just one last request out of all of you guys. Can I just get one of your favorite lines from each of you guys from a character?
Sure.
I love to laugh. Merry Christmas!
One of my favorite. Oh, go.
Sick! Wicked sick!
One of my favorite lines is from the library where she goes, "Look, there it is! That's what it'll sound like when one of you spots it." Phenomenal episode. Love her.
Thank you.
Oh, do you have your voice?
Tien from Dragon Ball never said it, but I always thought he should. Shao Tzu, you're my only friend. Let's move on.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I have a question for all of you. What is your favorite role you've had throughout your entire career, and what is your favorite line? Not necessarily linked to that character, but just in general.
Oh, they're looking at me. They would like a moment to think it through. Like a lot of... It was actually interesting because when I got Hisoka in Hunter x Hunter, it was the first time any female presenting fan mail came across my way, and I was more confused than ever. And so while I appreciate that whatever that was resonated with a more female-centric crowd than any of my Dragon Ball or Mega Man type of product, it was also like, yo, this dude does not seem to be for you, but I'm really interested in how people get connected and affected by characters. And so, you know, I don't obviously agree with a lot of what will be read. Some people will see absolutely nothing in their imagination, and they'll be much more closer to the 1 or 0 out of the scale of 10 for that. So that's great for all of us to realize that we are wired so uniquely and differently, and yet I've met people that have no imagination and are incredible VAs, and I think that's fascinating because I don't work that way, but that means it can work. And that for any body that is interested in voiceover, it's really about what kind of work do you want to do, and then you can put up your hand, I'll tell you where you kind of go to do that and what kinds of exercises you want to do to get better at that. And if you're interested in audiobooks and long form, I'll tell you right now, the one thing I would suggest you do before anything else is stop being afraid of breathing. Voice actors often will go, okay, I'm ready. Now I'm going to do the work until my voice runs out and then I don't have any breath left. And we get it? We got it? Okay, great. Fine. For short work, if you want to do that, I don't care. But in long form, like narration and audiobooks, you breathing while we're listening to you, while you're working and you're breathing like a natural person actually creates a really nice relationship. I don't mean, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. And then the monkeys arrived. I just mean, as I'm talking to you, and I'm breathing right now, I just took a breath while I was talking. It's not distracting, it's actually part of the way we communicate. If you get comfortable with that, the work is going to be so much less taxing. It's going to be so much less editing. It's going to be so much less frustrating because you're not going to be at odds with your body. And most VAs find that for the first 5 or 10 minutes, their body is a bit rebellious because it's a bit of a, you know, constructed facade to stand in front of a thing and have a whole world happening while you just do this. But after 5 or 10 minutes, the body usually balances, normalizes. And if you can remind yourself that you're supposed to have a big beach ball belly of air, and then it goes all the way around. You can feel it in your lower back as well. If you take a big breath in, you won't just feel your stomach expand, you'll actually feel the expansion between your hips and your lower ribs. This is power. This is security. When you see a paragraph and you're like, can I do this? Well, not only do you not have to do it in one breath, but you get your power, you start going, and where you need to or where you want to for emphasis and punctuation, you take a natural breath, nobody's mad. Nobody's mad that you're a human talking to other humans, except for the AI, and they're coming for you. So, I've got 12 to 15 hours of things I can tell you about. We've got 45 minutes. If there's something you want to know about, I'm happy to share it with you and tell you more about it from my perspective. Yeah.
I got a unique question. It's kind for you and people. I've been on TikTok for a year now. Actually, it was 1 year, and specifically about
2 different dubs of something. If Genshin ever gets a Spanish dub, I would love to be Kaveh in Spanish. That would be so much fun. But it wouldn't be the same because Nazik can't speak Spanish, and I would feel incomplete without him. There are like some things on the internet of me acting in Spanish. There's a indie animation called Star Burglar, where I'm the lead and I speak in Spanish in that. If you want to hear me talk in Spanish, he's a cool Phantom Thief kind of guy. But outside of that, yeah, I haven't really. I would love to get more opportunities where I get to flex in Spanish because it makes me feel really cool and unique and interesting. Especially, I want to voice a Chilean. Because I'm Chilean, and there's not that many Chileans in fiction outside of like Gus Fring in Breaking Bad. And like that one girl from the US King of Fighters, Isla, she's also from Chile. So those are the 2, that's all we've got. If there were more, I would be happy to voice them. But yeah, but it hasn't really gotten me as many roles as one would think, is the answer to that question.
And second, you said you normally will like use your own voice if you can for something.
Yes.
I guess you probably get like notes from directors and like maybe this they want this or this or this. What kind of notes did they give you for Kaveh?
Like that's I feel like I might get in trouble if I say it.
If you get in trouble, then you don't have to.
I got a note that said, "Don't be too sexy." And I'm like, failed step 1. Yeah, that's like the thing. I feel like as soon as I got into the booth and I was already like, because the thing is, when you get booked for an audition, like they already know that you can do the thing. Like they picked you because you already have it. It's in your voice, like you already have it. So they don't have to give you too many notes to change it. I think that's the only one that they really wanted to hammer down. But I just kind of did my own thing and they loved it. And like I always had like this thing in the back of my head that I'm just like, oh, but like the Chinese voice actor is so much more soft and like intelligent sounding, and I'm just here being like, oh, hey them, where's my Batman glass? So like, don't tell them I said that. So like, I always thought that I was like not a good fit for Kaveh, and like I always thought like, oh, it's like I wish I was as cool and smooth as like the Chinese actors, the Japanese actors, the Korean ones, because I'm just so loud and obnoxious and wacky wahoo. But then more and more people were like, wow, this guy is good at the thing, and now I'm feeling really embarrassed about it. So yeah, not so much for Kaveh. For other characters, I've gotten some notes where they're like, hey.
Books. And one of the best lessons I got from that was just breathe like a normal person. Because when you are used to fighting your breath, like powering up, getting ready, and then doing it for the time, you have a very kind of conflict-oriented relationship with your breath. And in audiobooks, especially if you're like talk to yourself as different characters within the book, just like adopting a gentle shift of sensibility or energy, not having to worry so much about it has to be this entirely different A versus B thing, but that you can just go, gently, this is their persona, and I will adopt that energy for the moment, and And that's really freeing, rather than all having to be like separate and unmixed. I think we're much smarter than that. We don't have to be that. It gets a little hammy, it gets a little cartoony when you hear audiobooks where it's like, I'm the character A, but I'm character B. We're like, nobody wants this.
Nobody talks like that.
Just me. Hey, I'm character A. Yeah, and I'm character B. And that's enough. And then all of a sudden you're like, now let's talk. Let's just be real people in these books.
Yeah, that's cool. I think, I was trying to just think of like the whole spread. My earlier work was mainly like dubbing and looping and like ADR stuff and like filling in kids at a park or like dubbing some French movie in English. And something that I think I learned to do and probably overlearned to do, and now I'm like de-learning, is just hyper analyzing the level of somebody's emotion. And so when you have somebody on screen and you're supposed to match their intensity, their kind of tone, and like their vibe, if you're like doing a 12-year-old girl, or you're doing like a 17-year-old like super annoyed daughter, whatever, or like a fish who's crying or whatever, you're trying to like match that and then release it and not overthink it once you deliver the line. So it's kind of an intense, like, quick change of like, wait, how open is their mouth? How loud are they yelling? How much of a big breath do they take? Let me try to match that. And so there's all this overthinking, and then you kind of like code that really quickly, and then you don't think about it, and then you just like do it. And as I've gotten older, I realize like I will enter a room and I will just try to energy match immediately. I'll be like, where is this person? Let me come in at their level so that we can be like the same, and we can like be on whatever, the same like communication level. And that's exhausting. And also it doesn't, like, I don't know, it doesn't authentically necessarily portray me all the time, which isn't necessary to always authentically portray yourself, especially if you're walking into an audition room. Maybe it does help to energy match, but that's just something that I realized I did a lot, and then I still do, I think, subconsciously, where I'm just kind of like, ooh, like, what's the vibe? Okay, I'll like match it. And it's like, sometimes that's helpful, but sometimes it's not. So, I don't know.
But I think a lot of people would relate to that, because people-pleasing is often a sign of, hey, I want to succeed here, but I have this fear. And so we code switch and we align to best set ourselves up for success, but we diminish our truth, and then we feel a little bit exhausted because this is a mask we keep wearing.
And it just, it's almost like, because I have an issue with like the people-pleasing thing, because I don't feel like I do it, so it's like, oh, I want them to definitely like me, or for them to like...
Sold for 50. All right, we've got the duck astronaut from Rilakuma. The space plush duck astronaut with a zippable accessories. Do I see 30? $30 for this, thank you, 30. 35 anywhere? 35, 33, 33, 31, 33? 31. Do I see 35? 35. How about 40? 40 anywhere? 36 perhaps. 36? Otherwise it's 35 going once, 35 twice. Sold for $35. We have a Mega Man figure. Mega Man, what am I fighting for? Donated by Otafest staff, thank you for all of those wonderful donations. Can we get 20? $20 for this Mega Man figure, thank you, 20. Looking for 25 now. 25 anywhere? 25, how about 22? 22, 22, thank you, 22. 24? 24, 26? 25, okay. 30? 30 it is. 35? 35. 40? 45. 41. 40 going once. 40 going twice. Sold for $40. The banner for voice actor and common guest here at Otafest, Lemois. Yep. Do we see $50?
69.
69. We see 69. Do we see 80? 80 anywhere? Okay, that's tumbling, that's fine. No, thank you, 80. Thank you, 80. Do we see 90? 90 here. How about 100? 100, thank you.
105.
105. 110 anywhere? 110 anywhere? 110. 115?
Yes.
115. 120? 125. 125.
130.
130. 35?
150.
150.
160.
160. 170.
169. 170. 170.
170. 180.
Piss off, man.
177. 175.
Don't do that.
175. 175. 180.
176.
176.
I can keep going all day. I want a damn answer.
176 is to you. 180?
180. 181.
181. 185?
200. Oh! Damn it. Dang, I can't.
We've got 200 on the board. Do we see 201 anywhere? You know what? 200 going once.
Come on, Levi! I don't have the fucking money for it.
Come on.
200 going twice.
I can.
Sold for $200.
I can. Oh, shit.
Thank you, everyone, for being so generous to Mamas for Moms. Oh, and finally, everyone's long-awaited Madden 05 for the GameCube. This is important. It's the mini disc. Don't just start sticking this in any Nintendo. Nintendo GameCube Madden 2005. Can I get $5? I want $5 for this. Thank you, 5. Can I get 10? Maybe I can get 7. Looking for 7. Thank you, 7. Let's go 8.
For a reason. Aren't they sweet?
They are. Okay, we're approaching the end.
We are.
But the party will not end here. If you're over the age of 18, and if you're to continue the celebration and, you know, boogie, get down, get drunk, for the first time, there will be an official Otafest after party. It will be at 9 p.m. at Commonwealth Bar and Stage, presented by the Roots Collective. So, if you're over the legal drinking age, go have some fun.
Party doesn't have to stop here.
Please drink responsibly.
Yes. All right, we've got one last final announcement. It's probably an announcement you've all been waiting for. After all, Otafest is a non-for-profit, and so everything we do is in the benefit of our charity each year. I am so pleased to tell you that we have finally tabulated the final numbers for our charity initiative for Mamas for Mamas. And please welcome to the stage, Anita and Lisa.
I'm Lisa, you all know me here to hear me speak, but I do want to give a quick shout out to my mom, who couldn't be here today and is very upset that I couldn't get mimosas. But she was the person who stayed with me for many sleepless nights finishing up my cosplays for my very first Otafest. I wouldn't be here without her. And she's very proud. And yes, I have our number here. It's a little bit easier for me to say this year, but I'll do my best. Can we get a drum roll? Our final number is $27,932. Mamas for Mamas to display in their new, fantastic space.
Thank you so much, Lisa. First and foremost, I'd like to show my gratitude and say a special thank you to the entire Otafest team for their ongoing support and for choosing Mamas for Mamas as charity of choice this year. It has been such a pleasure to work very, very closely alongside Lisa. I wouldn't have been able to do this without her, so please give a big round of applause to Lisa. The joy and overwhelming support from the community in such a creative and compassionate manner. The funds raised will go directly back into programming for our most vulnerable families in need and those living on the margins who struggle to make ends meet. This support will fill the gaps in food insecurity, mental health care, basic needs funding, shelter and housing, baby essentials, and so much more. The The Otafest community truly came through and has shown up for our caregivers this Mother's Day weekend. For that, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and thank you to all the attendees who made this possible.
Thank all of you so much.
Thank all of you for your donations. Thank all of you for your generosity. And thank you for coming to closing ceremonies.
I know I'll never be the same. Shook my world so hard again. Wish I washed away my sin.